Don't let your age stop you from accomplishing anything. I'm always hearing people talking about they're either too young or too old, right? If there's people talking about they're too old, they're talking about, hey, I'm not tech savvy. I can't do X, Y, and Z. I can't make some of that Wi-Fi money that all you kids are making. I don't understand this social media stuff. Or kids, like, oh, I'm not old enough yet. I don't have a bank account. I don't have X, Y, and Z. Whatever case may be, whatever excuses that people have nowadays, right? There's no excuse for anything. There's no excuse for anything. I have students as old as 55, 60 years old, right? Or that's still pretty young if depending on how old you is. 55, 60 years old, absolutely crushing it, right? And people as young as 18 years old, absolutely crushing it as well too. And even myself, I started when I was 15 years old making Wi-Fi money, making money online. That a lot of people think that, hey, I can't do this because I'm trained one way. Because a lot of people are implementing this thing in their head, which is, or thinking about this one thing, which is the fact that you can't teach an old dog new tricks. So that's for the older folks, or the younger generations are being discouraged by their loved ones because their loved ones are thinking that they're giving them the best advice by telling them, hey, don't do this X, Y, and Z because you're so young. You're doing it. Yo, just do it. Forget what anybody else says. Forget how old you are, how young you are, and believe you can actually accomplish these things. It starts there because 1 billion%, you're not accomplishing anything if you let your age define what you are capable of achieving. It don't matter what skill set you have or don't have. You can equip yourself with any skill set you desire. It starts with the imagination. Anything you imagine, you can actually bring it into your reality. How did how did a light bulb get made? Right? It got thought in somebody's head first. How did a spaceship get created? How did a car get created? If those things that at the time they seemed impossible, because best believe nobody ever thought people could even fly in an airplane. At some point, that was the impossible until it was done. It was impossible until it was done, right? It was impossible until it was done. So if these crazy things are happening for people at any ages, right? At any ages, young, old, whatever case may be, forget all of that. These things that was one deemed impossible to happen, happened, right? Everybody believed it was impossible. It happened for these people. What makes you think that because you're super young or a little bit older that you can accomplish success? What makes you think that? Right? Is limiting beliefs. I 100% can assure you anything you believe you can accomplish, you can if you're willing to put in the work. It's not just, hey, I think I can accomplish this thing and I'm gonna accomplish it. No, you believe it and you actually put the actionable steps in order to get there. If you don't believe it, you're never gonna get there. 1 billion%. 1 billion%. Because you're not gonna put the work in. You're not gonna even try to manifest. You're not gonna try to pray for it. None of these things, so you would never have it. I made my first six figures at the age of 21 years old. My business partner made his first six figures at 19 years old. I've had students make their first six figures at 18, 19 years old. And I have people that's crushing it, making over 5 figures a month at 55 years old within the first 6 months, right? Why? Because these people, I'm able to mold your mind and re-brainwash them. I took their brain out, scrubbed it a little bit with some soap, right? And then I put it back in their brain and I showed them step by step everything they need to make and everything they need to do, right? So you need to do this for yourself. Start watching more motivational content, affirmations, right? Start believing yourself because if you believe you cannot accomplish these things, you never will. You need to start believing in yourself because we are powerful creatures, right? We're very, very powerful. A lot of people think they can accomplish X, Y, and Z, so they're never going to accomplish it, right? Think about it. Surgeons literally removing people's guts out and then putting it back in. If that seems impossible, that sounds like, whoa, you can cut over the person. They're still alive. Take out whatever you need and put it back in. Or put some new parts in there. Right now, that seems impossible. At some points, I'm sure that seemed impossible for a lot of people. I'm sure at some point in history, that was deemed impossible. Right? Just as impossible as it is to fly. Just as impossible as it is to even have fire at some points to have fire. Right? It seemed impossible at some points until the first caveman sparked, some wood together, or rub some wood together, pause, or what's it called, or clink some rocks together, right? Because yes, I was born in Africa. I used to clink rocks together to make fire. I was living them caveman days. That's what I was doing, right? So it's simply because they believe they can accomplish this thing. They imagine it. Your imagination is very powerful. Your mind is very powerful. You're limiting yourself on what you think you can achieve because your mindset. Now, granted, it's not your fault. It's based upon your environment and what you believe to be possible based upon the people around you or what you've seen people around you accomplish. If everybody around your circle was making 6 figures, 7 figures, you would 100% or 99% believe you can accomplish these things because they're just the norm. If it was just the norm around you, that's what's gonna happen. That's why rich people stay rich because they make it a norm around them. Right? So their kids come up believing that like it's just simple. They're brainwashed to think that this is simple, even though it's not simple. They're brainwashed that way, and and they believe it. So it becomes simple. Now I believe that making 10K a month is nothing. So guess what? I'm gonna make 10K a month. You know what I'm saying? I'm making over that. I'm at 100K a month, over 100K a month profit, and I'm only 24 years old. Just turned 24 last month. So if I can do it, how can't you? Please tell me. I'm an immigrant. I'm not even born here. I got my citizenship now. Trump, don't come for me. I got my citizenship now, right? But the reason why I'm able to be in this position was because I knew I had to. I'm like, hey, I did the calculation because I'm like, okay, I have to take care of this X amount of family members. So I need to make X amount of money. And I had to do it in this amount of time. I set up a 5-year plan. I set up a 5-year plan and a 10-year plan. Right when I was 15 years old, I said, hey, what would I be doing by 25 years old? What would I have accomplished even by 30 years old? So even 15-year plan, right? That's what I was thinking at 15 years old. I'm like, hey, what position would I be able to put my family into, right? So I set up a roadmap and I followed that blueprint to the T. I followed that blueprint, and that was as simple as that. A lot of people overestimate what they can accomplish in a month and underestimate what they can accomplish in 5 years. The time is gonna fly. Set up a blueprint. Set up a roadmap of what your life looked like 5 years down the line, 10 years down the line. It's gonna pass. When I was in high school, I'm like, man, I can't wait to graduate. Boom, I graduated. It flew by. I'm like, whoa, I'm already graduated. And that was already almost a decade ago when I first went into high school. That sounds crazy. I feel old. I'm 24. Right, and I'm trying not to say the word old because you are what you think, right? So I'm young. If I think I'm old, that's, you know what I'm saying? So I'm 24 years young, right? Because you have to really switch how you speak, and you have to be disciplined in order to take action upon the things that you want to accomplish, right? Because guess what? Your thoughts become your habits. Your habits become your actions. Your actions become your reality. And a lot of people think, hey, I'm just gonna wait until everything is perfect. The weather is right. I'm feeling good. I'm motivated. You can't wait for none of that. You just gotta be disciplined. This is what I need to do. This is what I want to accomplish. These are the steps. This is the blueprint. I don't care how I feel. Every single day I'm gonna do these things in order to accomplish this thing. Simple as that. Forget how you feel. F your feelings. Forget all of that. Actionable steps. It doesn't matter how motivated you are. Get out of that mindset. I'm depressed. None of that. I don't want to hear none of that. This is what I need to do. This is what I'm going to accomplish. This is the time frame. I wrote all of those things. You write all those things and stop planning for perfection. Planning for perfection is planning to never start at all. By yours truly. Copyrighted. Planning for perfection is planning to never start at all. And I hope y'all enjoying this too. I just want to quickly say, a side note, on a tangent. I'm trying to do these videos to motivate y'all, really build a more connection with y'all, right? Because I do a lot of short form content, brain rock content. I'm trying to build a stronger connection with the people that are actually enjoying these type of videos. I just want to talk to y'all, just help y'all as much as possible. How I've been able to get to this point, because I know y'all can do it. If you watch to this point, you're guaranteed for success if you just take action, because you're serious. You're at this point of this unedited, unfiltered video, and you're still watching. You need to clap for yourself, because a lot of people can't even do that, right? And I'm trying to become a public speaker, right? Now, that's the thing I'm putting into the universe right there. I'm trying to become a public speaker. I want to be in shows in front of hundreds of people, even thousands of people. I want to be on TV shows. I want to be in a movie. I just want to do that for the one time. That's not what I want to really pursue, right? But I want to be able to do events where I have a large amounts of people in there, and I want to be able to talk properly talk really nice, and I want to work on my speech. I kept telling myself I have a speech impediment because I'm stuttering my words, but hey, maybe just a little bit nervous. And I'm gonna stop saying that, but y'all gonna see it. I'm gonna improve my speech as I talk to y'all, because this is me also practicing for myself for my speech and everything like that as well too. But hey, I'm telling y'all everything I'm gonna manifest. You know what I'm saying? I want to get my YouTube plaque. I have a the YouTube plaque on my other account for 100K. I want to get a plaque for the gold plaque for 1 million as well too. Right, but this is gonna be my account. Hopefully, maybe even this account too. This account I'm not really pushing for. I'm not gonna say it. Right, but I'm just making content just based upon how I feel. I'm just literally just anything in my head. I'm dumping it on here, right, and hoping that y'all get some value out of it. But yeah, just to get back, you have to believe planning for perfection is planning to never start at all. So stop planning for perfection and just do it. I'll catch y'all on the next one with more rants.